Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Scott Dennis is on assignment tonight. Our top story, Hermine. Tropical storm dumping rain on the Suncoast for days. Hermine is now moving up the East Coast. ABC 7 meteorologist Steve Newman is joining us now with the latest.
Thanks. Bob Harrigan's taking the evening off after giving us yeoman service during Hurricane Hermine. All the watches are dropped. Most of the warnings, except for some local flood warnings, are gone. The tide is going down. The winds are calming down, and only a few scattered showers and thunderstorms behind this as the main low, what is now Tropical Storm Hermine, moves through the Carolinas. Now, we do have some to get through because even though the storm is up there, it's such a powerful storm, it's drawing that air from the southwest over us. And as it gets farther away from Florida, those winds pulling in that moisture will die down. But right now, it's still a fairly decent storm with 50-mile-an-hour winds, about 35 miles to the northwest of Charleston, South Carolina. There's a threat of tornadoes within that box that we're looking at, but our winds are slowly subsiding. Look at this. It's 23-mile-an-hour winds from the south-southwest at Anna Maria, only 11 at Longboat, 5 around Siesta Key. As we move further south, just an hour or so ago, they were a few mile an hour faster than this. So we're going to see these winds gradually subside, and even the seas, the waves are going to start coming down dramatically overnight and tomorrow, according to the National Weather Service. Well, this is what we've got to get through tonight through tomorrow with scattered showers and thunderstorms, and these little green boxes are the local flood warnings looking inland. Now, the chance of rainfall overnight and into the early morning hours is up and down, generally 50%. We'll look at this in more detail, including what our Labor Day looks like here and, unfortunately, what it's going to look like in the Northeast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Steve. The National Hurricane Center says anyone living near the Atlantic coast from Georgia to Connecticut should pay attention to Hermine as it moves north this Labor Day weekend. With threats of floods, power outages, and tornadoes, the tropical storm may cause problems for many states. Both Virginia and Georgia's governors have declared states of emergency, with 45,000 Georgians already without power. In the Carolinas, they're readying for impact.
We also have 96 other Swiftwater Rescue Team technicians, along with 27 boats on alert if needed.
The risk of flooding and tornadoes derailing Labor Day plans for millions from Florida all the way to New Jersey. Parts of Florida, including the Suncoast, are now cleaning up from the damage caused by Hermine. In Ocala, one man died when a tree fell on him. Tallahassee also having a lot of problems. About 70% of the homes there were without power this morning. A lot of trees are scattered in the roadways. There are a lot of trees in Tallahassee already, which is causing a lot of these problems. In Wakulla County, 99% were without power earlier. Governor Scott says he has touched base with officials in most of the counties affected by Hermine, and so far he has heard of just a few major issues. A $53 million project aimed at preventing flooding in one area of Bradenton was put to the test this week, and it failed. In fact, some residents in Wares Creek say they're dealing with the same problems that they had before any of this work was done, and in some places it's actually worse. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates tells us why.
Well, it's a nightmare many thought was over. Water from Wares Creek rising up into people's yards and homes. But as you can see from the residue left behind, the issue is still here.
So the force of the water actually split that branch.
Wow.
Scott Blanchard gave ABC 7 a tour of his backyard. His home is right off Wares Creek, and he says the damage from the rising creek water knows no bounds.
If you look, you can see where the water line came up on the shed, at least a couple of feet, and that would put it about 4 feet above the creek.
The water took out his fence, his dock, drowned a chicken in his coop, and even went into Blanchard's home. But he isn't alone. An entire block of houses along the creek experiencing similar issues when the flood water rose beyond its banks. But the concern goes beyond the damage, because the problem should have been fixed by a $53 million Wares Creek project headed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Supposedly it was finished. Notice I say supposedly. About 6 months ago, but it's not finished. There's been nothing done on the worst part, the most dangerous part of the whole creek.
The Wares Creek project included dredging the creek, bridge work, and even building seawalls. But those in the area say it has not made a difference.
It obviously has not done a very good job. Now, there's a 3-block long area that is a bottleneck. It runs between 17th Avenue and 14th Avenue. The thing of it is that has not been cleared out. That is the narrowest part of the entire creek. It has not been worked on at all.
In addition, residents say they thought the entire creek would receive seawalls and higher bridges. But instead, many say they got bridges that are too low and narrow to accommodate the heavy flow of water from the creek.
They kind of gave up on the project halfway through. We don't have any seawalls. The bridge they put here is way too low. And because of that, the water is hitting it. And we were under the impression the entire creek was going to be navigable, and it's definitely not navigable.
County officials say they're still working with the Army Corps of Engineers to come up with a solution. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Bobeth. A huge sign that the weather along the Suncoast and Tampa Bay has calmed down. The Florida Highway Patrol reports that the Sunshine Skyway Bridge has reopened in both directions. Waterways across the Suncoast are still choppy today with high surf out on beaches. Some boats were damaged by the high winds and surf. A sailboat washed up at the Sarasota Bayfront near O'Leary's Tiki Bar and Grill, as you can see in this video. One boat owner says she planned ahead, knowing the storm would affect our area.
When Colin came through, we actually ended up on the rocks, so we got it floating again and got it back out there, so we were seriously concerned about this one.
Sarasota police officers have been patrolling the bayfront all day, working with Marine Patrol on boat-related problems. Out on Lido Key, there is plenty of beach erosion and some frustrated vacationers. ABC 7's Ray Collins continues our team coverage of the storm aftermath live from Lido Key. Ray.
Haley, hi. Yeah, make no mistake, for some, Hermine was indeed quite mean. Improving conditions out here, but the past few days, lots of frustration.
So we're patrolling and watching constantly.
Ed Schaefer has lived on Lido Beach for 25 years, but after this hurricane, he says there's not much beach left.
We've lost 50 feet in the last few days of beach, and it's disappearing. This building to the south of it's going over their seawall into their building.
And while an angry Gulf of Mexico pulls away any sand left, some of Bob's neighbors wonder about the future of Lido Key Beach.
Oh, we're going to lose whatever we had that attracts people to this area. And of course, for us who live here, it's devastating.
Alistair Drummond doesn't live here. He's vacationing and realizes his timing couldn't be worse.
We know what Florida's like, and we were just unlucky. Apparently the last one was about 11 years ago or something. So we've just been unlucky this time. We'll still come back next year.
Merchants on St. Armand's hope he keeps his word. The weather has turned this retail haven into a ghost town. The sidewalks are empty, and there is plenty of room to drive and park. On the beach, the red flags are up, and new resident Troy Crooms came by to see what Lido looks like after a hurricane. What do you think?
It's scary. But, I mean, you know, Florida's what they say.
Not a great beach day, is it?
No, not at all.
Just carrying on because we're on vacation. We can't stop.
Yeah, the clock is ticking. These two sisters are vacationing here from the Midwest with their husbands, and despite the weather, they're looking at the bright side.
We've been here before, and we'll come back. So this is just another exciting chapter in our vacation to Florida.
Certainly a nice attitude there. They were hoping for a sunset cruise tonight, Haley, but it's not the case. Some wind, but otherwise not a bad day, relatively speaking.
And Ray, despite all this, are people still taking advantage as much as they can and heading out to the beach at all?
They certainly are. There's a lot of people here right now because they've been cooped up the past 2-3 days. So to them, this is wonderful weather. There's beach chairs, there's bathing suits, as if it's 80 and sunny right now. It's not, but it sort of feels like compared to the past couple days.
It definitely feels nice. It's actually kind of a nice break from the heat. All right, thank you, Ray. Well, due to all the rain, Music on Main and Lakewood Ranch has been canceled for this evening. And a reminder, we have a lot of other weather-related information on our website, mysuncoast.com. You can also download our app for text alerts and monitor our Facebook and Twitter pages. And still to come on your Suncoast News, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s NASCAR season is over. Why the popular driver will not race for the rest of the year. And ABC 7 meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your full weather forecast for this Labor Day weekend. Plus, an alternative to cigarette smoking may have the same harmful effects. That story is in Health Smart.
does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The former Stanford University swimmer who served just 3 months of a 6-month jail sentence for sexually assaulting a young woman on campus is now a free man. This morning, Brock Turner walked out of a California jail amid a crowd of reporters and flashing cameras. The prosecution had asked for 6 years, but the judge only gave him 6 months. That judge, Aaron Persky, received death threats following that sentence. Last week, he removed himself from criminal cases.
I don't think that anybody who's convicted of rape should serve time in county jail, especially when they only serve 3 months.
On Monday, California lawmakers passed new legislation which eliminates a judge's discretion to sentence people to probation when sex crimes are committed. Under this new provision, Turner would have faced a minimum of 3 years behind bars. One of the most popular drivers in NASCAR will be off the racetrack for the rest of the year. Hendrick Motorsports announced today Dale Earnhardt Jr. will miss the remainder of the NASCAR season. Earnhardt has already missed 6 races since July. He is still recovering from a concussion he suffered during a crash at Michigan International Speedway in June. Earnhardt will now skip the remaining 12 races to fully recover. During his absence, Jeff Gordon and Alex Bowman will split the schedule in his number 88 car. And with all the rain and storms this week, all high school football games scheduled in Manatee County tonight have been canceled. But in Sarasota County, some teams will still play tonight. Booker High at Sarasota will go on as scheduled, and Northport High will take on Ida S. Baker High School in Cape Coral tonight. The Sarasota County School District says that Venice High will not take on the Rams at Riverview because the field is not safe. Of course, we will have highlights at 11:30 on Football Friday night. Actually, that's at 11:15 on Football Friday night, so stay tuned. We have some interesting things happening to fill the show now that we don't have as many games, but so it'll be fun to still tune into that.
Well, Bob is taking the evening off, which he deserved. He was supposed to be on vacation.
He was supposed to be yesterday also on vacation.
And Hermine happened.
Right.
And Hermine is gone. All the watches and mornings are gone, so we can take a deep breath, relax, and watch this weekend evolve into something I hope you're going to like. Taking a look today, it was not the prettiest day, but it wasn't the hottest day either because temperatures have been quite mild with the cloud cover and that moist southwesterly flow. A few scattered showers. We've got more offshore that will come in tonight and tomorrow. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, the temperature is a mild 84. Dew point still humid though. It feels like you're in the tropics. 74 degrees, humidity 72% with that southwesterly flow pulling in those storms from deep in the tropics. Across the state at this hour, it's 84 at Tampa, 88 at Miami, and in our viewing area, temperatures pretty much a few degrees cooler than you would normally expect for this time of day. 81 at Arcadia and Lake Placid, Boca Grande 78, out on the beaches 80 at Longboat Key, 79 at Siesta. Now if we look at the radar, there is what I'm talking about. This is what we've got to get through tonight, through tomorrow morning, and then it'll become more scattered Saturday afternoon, and Sunday should be a mainly dry day as we get on the backside of this. This is being pulled in by Hermine, even though it's way up in the Carolinas, it's so strong, it's pulling in that flow, and the farther away that it gets from us, that flow will diminish and we'll see those storms slowly subside. Right now, it's maximum sustained winds at 50 miles an hour. Here's the official track taking it off the Carolina Outer Banks Saturday afternoon. And look, it just creeps from Sunday afternoon to Monday afternoon. But look at the winds, 60, 70, 75, but that's not a hurricane symbol. It will be a hybrid low off the coast. Now, Superstorm Sandy was a hybrid low. This is not going to be a Superstorm Sandy. It's not going to make a left hook and go in. It's going to meander here for a couple of days and eventually dart out in the Atlantic. And by this time next weekend, it'll be between Greenland and Iceland. So we don't have to worry about that, but it is going to pretty much mess up the weekend for people in the Northeast. This is the future cast from the RPM model showing it swirling offshore. I think there's going to be more rain along the coast than this RPM forecast suggests. As we can see in the European model's rainfall forecast, a lot of rain in eastern Carolinas, Delmarva Peninsula, southern New Jersey. But look at this out on Long Island, the Hamptons, Provincetown, all across the beaches in the Northeast. It's going to be a washout most likely for everybody, but it's not going to be a big stormy weekend either. It's just going to be kind of crummy. Now, here is our, speaking crummy weather, we've had it here in the last 24 hours. These rainfall totals off the coast are almost off the chart, as you can see the key at the top. We've had as much as 5 inches of rain in some spots, 4.9 there, 4.8 northeast of Arcadia. On the Keys, over 3 inches in many places. We take a look at the RPM computer forecast for us. Here is that fetch from the southwest bringing in more scattered showers and storms. I don't think this has a real good handle on the timing or extent of the storms that will come in tonight, but you can see by tomorrow afternoon they'll still be around, but then on Sunday not quite so much. I think Sunday looks like a pretty decent day, and I think even getting out on the water is going to be better. An amazing recovery from seas like 20, 25-foot seas offshore to tomorrow afternoon. While this small craft advisory is in effect through this evening, I think it'll be gone tomorrow as winds reduce to southwesterly 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, and a light chop in bay and inland waters. Sounds like a great day. Also, the beach will be nice too. 85 the beach temperature. The water temperature has been cooled off with the churning of the water from the storm, and the UV index is now down to 6. Here's my forecast for tonight. A few scattered showers and thunderstorms coming in. Our low temperature 78 with those southwest winds slowly subsiding. And tomorrow, a variably cloudy day with a few thunderstorms, high 88 with that south wind. And here is the 7-day outlook. And Haley, it does look better as we get to Labor Day. Pretty much a seasonal average for scattered showers and thunderstorms. But tomorrow, Saturday, looks like the greatest chance of rain for the whole weekend. That's your weather.
Not too bad. Thank you, Steve. In health news tonight, researchers say a new experimental drug could be a game changer when it comes to treating Alzheimer's. In a study, researchers gave patients with mild to moderate Alzheimer's the antibody aducanumab or a placebo and did a series of brain scans. The people taking the antibody showed a sharp decrease in the amount of amyloid beta in their brains. The higher the dose, the more it cleared the amyloid. Amyloid plaques are believed to be the main culprit of Alzheimer's. In the study, those who took the antibody antibodies showed less mental decline. Now, researchers will conduct more trials to see whether amyloid reduction will result in improved brain function. An experimental drug designed to reverse major bleeding that can happen spontaneously to people on blood thinners has shown to be effective in a new trial. The drug Andexxa was tested under real-life circumstances of people coming to the ER bleeding to death. 79% of the patients given the drug had good or excellent control of the bleeding. However, unwanted blood clots occurred in 18% of the patients, producing 1 heart attack, 5 strokes, and other health issues. It is a delicate balance for drug makers trying to make the blood clot, but not too much. Research has been inconclusive on the health risks of vaping, but a new study shows e-cigarettes may pose the same harms to the heart as tobacco. A study presented at the European Society for Cardiology found e-cigs adversely affect the main artery of the heart. While monitoring the hearts of people vaping, researchers found a 30-minute session of vaping had a similar impact on stiffness of the aorta as 5 minutes spent smoking 1 cigarette. Medical experts say if the aorta is stiff, you multiply your risk of dying from either heart disease or other causes. Coming up, an out-of-control truck, how one driver ended up in the water and managed to free himself. And a news anchor in Boston wrangles an unruly guest on live TV. We'll see more of this video coming up next.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329 or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329 exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419 or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419 exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
A driver lost control of his vehicle and it took off at a high speed, crashing straight into a river. The crash in Ellsworth, Maine was caught on surveillance video. Police say the 61-year-old suffered a medical emergency, but after about an hour, he was fine. The man managed to free himself from the vehicle, walking away with just minor injuries with the help of a volunteer. Amazingly, no one else was hurt. As for the truck, it was destroyed. Crews are busy today installing a temporary retaining wall after a truck slammed into a restaurant in Pennsylvania. The temporary wall is to keep the structure from crumbling. Police say the driver of the Nissan Titan that hit the building was trapped for more than an hour. Emergency crews freed him and he was flown to a local hospital. No word yet on his condition. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. 2 bear cubs went dumpster diving in a neighborhood in Pasadena, California, but a very brave little dog chased them off. Check that out. The cubs were roaming the neighborhood with their mama bear. The trio went swimming in 2 different swimming pools during their adventure. State wildlife officials responded to the scene and they are monitoring the activity of the bears. At last check, they were up in a tree. A spokesman said they will likely come down and go back into the woods at nightfall. A TV news anchor in Boston got into a surprise wrestling match. Look at this on live TV. WBZ TV sports anchor Steve Burton was hosting a segment with a herpetologist when the alligator in his arms just started acting up. The reptile was apparently spooked by a nearby crocodile. The alligator started to flail all around, as you saw in the video there, and try to get out of his arms. The gator was no match for the anchor. Burton held firm until this official person went and took the gator, and now it's all okay. That's why I don't touch the reptiles when they come on air. The dogs and the cats and, you know, all the furry little friends I can deal with. The reptiles, just not going there. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the lingering effects of Hermine, how one neighborhood in Sarasota is still dealing with flooding, rising water filling the backyards and streets.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Manasota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Manasota Flooring today.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota Bradenton Airport on US 41.